Hello students and welcome in today's session. Today we are going to start biology's chapter number 13, Why Do We Fall Ill? Right? The chapter name is Why Do We Fall Ill? Why we fall ill? So many reasons are there. So all these are related with the diseases. So simply we are learning this chapter which is related with the different diseases. Their causal organisms are there, symptoms are there, ways of causing diseases are there, ways of spreading diseases are there, and how can we protect ourselves from these diseases, right? So all these points we are studying in a general sense, right? So let's start our today's topic, why do we fall ill? Now in this, if you will see, the first activity is given and in that it is discussed about the earthquakes, right? So earthquake is there or some of the disasters occurs, right? So in these all cases, whenever any natural calamities comes, then we can see that due to these natural calamities, whatever the community's health is there, society's health is there, it will get damaged, right? So these natural disasters and health, these both are correlated with each other, and due to natural disasters, health is there, it will be get damaged. This is what you are learning in this activity. That's why it is said that the human communities are very complex issues, and here the this health and disease are interconnected with each other. And as we see this, whenever the community or person or population is healthy, then there will be no disease, right? But this doesn't mean that if any disease is not there, each and every person is healthy, right? So this is little bit complicated. Now to understand this, here one example is given. All living organisms are made up of a cell, right? So cell is the basic unit of a living organism, right? And if you see the cell is made up of some of the molecules, chemical substances. These are proteins, carbohydrates, fats, lipids, and so many others, right? So living cell is a dynamic place. So in that dynamic place, so many activities are going on, one or the other thing is happening, right? So whenever the cells do not move, right, or their repairing is going on, if something is damaged, then repairing work is going on, right? So or sometimes new cells are made, so one or the other thing is going with the cell. These cells comes together to form a tissues. As it is a sum of specialized tissues are there, they will be come together to form a organ. The organs are working the different systems. Organs all together will work a particular system, and all different systems comes together to form a one single individual, right? So in that, suppose a cell is not working properly or any tissues are not working properly, tissues are get damaged, then maybe it affects on the organ. If organ is damaged, then it may affect on the system. And suppose one system is damaged, then all other systems are also get affected, because all these are interconnected with each other. See here example is given. Heart is beating, lungs are breathing, these functions are given, right? Kidney is filtering, and as these are all interconnected, suppose kidneys are not filtering the urine, right, means they are not doing their function, then automatically the poisonous substances will get saturated in the body. Due to their accumulation, body's brain will not work properly, not think properly, and because of that the all other activities are there, bodies which are interconnected with each other, that all will get spoiled, right? Another way it is said that food is necessary for the cell and tissues function, and anything which prevents the proper functioning of the cell or tissue will lead to a lack of proper activity of the body. Means any cell or tissue, if it is get damaged due to any reason, maybe due to lack of nutrition, due to lack of food, lack of energy, or due to microbial infection, for any reason, suppose it is get damaged, then it will definitely impact on the whole body, and proper activity of the body will get hampered, right? Next point is there, health and its failure. When the health is failed, right, in which condition the person's health will failed, right? So this is what it is given. Most of the time we are using the word health, right? So in which point of view we are taking this word? See here, my grandmother's health is not good, right? So here also we are talking about the health of a grandmother, and whenever the teacher scolds you in the class, so that time teachers also use this word, that this is not a healthy attitude, right? To that particular student, teacher says that this is not your healthy attitude. So in that also healthy attitude, health is considered. So here two different situations are there. One is that the grandmother's health is not good, and second one, teacher is using the word that healthy attitude, right? It is not a healthy attitude. So both are the same or different? Definitely both are the different. Now whenever we are talking about the grandmother's health, that time see here, according to us, idea of being well of the grandmother means she is able to effective functioning. Whenever the grandmother is well being, she is well healthy, means she is able to functioning effectively, means the grandmother is able to go out to the market or visit to the neighbor's house, right? She is able to walk properly. So all these things, whenever the grandmother is doing, daily routine is done by the grandmother, then we are saying that grandmother is healthy. And suppose any of these things are not done by the grandmother, maybe she is not able to walk, go visit to the market or visit to the neighbors, then we can say that the grandmother's health is not good, right? Now the second example, you can say that the teacher said that healthy attitude, right? Healthy attitude is not there of any students, means whenever the teacher is teaching in the class, maybe the child is not paying the attention in the class, right? So this is what, not a well-being, being as a student present in the class. So that's why teacher is said that it is not healthy attitude. And when we say that it is a healthy attitude, whenever child is concentrately studying in the class, paying attention in the class, studying well, then we can say that child have an healthy attitude. So here in both the examples we have seen that what is meant by a healthy attitude. So therefore it is said that health definition is given. Health is a state of being well enough to function well physically, mentally and socially. So whenever you are talking about the health, you just don't think about the physical health, but also you have to check the mental health as well as the social health, right? So now why these three words are important in the definition of the health? Because suppose anyone very strong person is there, bodybuilder is there, means the person is physically fit, right? But by seeing that person, we can definitely say that the person is healthy. The person don't have any kind of infections, right? As its body is very healthy, fit, we can say that the person is healthy. But suppose the same person we have seen in the mental hospital, then tell me, is that person healthy? No. Why not? Basically fit it is. Then also we are saying the person is not healthy, because in this case physical health is there but mental health is not there, right? So whenever we are talking about the mental health, physical health, along with that social health also we need to see. Now see, take one more example to understand the social health. There are so many persons in the society. They are physically fit, even the mentally also they are fit. Means they are not in the mental hospital, right? They are living along with us in the society. But suppose if the person is not able to behave properly in the society, if the person don't know how to behave in the society, right? Then can you say that person socially well? No, right? So if the person is not socially well, if the person is not knowing how to behave with the office people, how to behave with the lady staff, how to behave with the outside females, and how to behave with the outside males, how to behave with the family members, how to behave with the relatives, every person's relation is different, so even the behavior will also be different. And the person who don't know these differences, to them we are not saying that a socially fit, so that person also we can say that the person is not healthy, right? So whenever we are talking about the health, we should check these three parameters: physical health, mental health, as well as social health, right? So the person who is having being well, state of being well, that is physical, mental and social, that person only we can say that the person is healthy, right? The next point is the personal and community issues both matters for the health, right? So now in this point, if we will see the health, earlier also we have seen what is the definition of health. It is physical, mental and social well-being, right? So if we are talking about the health, then every individual has to attend the health by himself, by herself. But is it possible that every individual attend the health by himself only, no need of any other things, right? No, it's not possible. Why? Because if it can be achieved entirely, then health of all organisms is depend on their surroundings, right? As well as their environment. As the health is depend on the surroundings and environment, it is not possible for any individual to attain his own health by himself, by his own, right? Take an example here. Suppose as we are social animal and we are living in the society, in our social environment, individual health is governed by all other factors. See, the first physical environment is decided by our social environment. Now to understand this sentence, how our physical environment means health is decided by our social environment, surrounding environment or the society. For that you will better understand with this example. Suppose there is an agency which actually collects the garbage from each and every house and each and every apartment, right? So suppose what would happen if no agency is ensuring that the garbage is collected and disposed? No one is responsible for this, right? So everyone is denying to collect the garbage and dispose it. Then what will happen? This will be going on saturated as it is outside our house, in our society, right? Nearby in our environment. And what is the effect of that? As the garbage will go on increasing, drains will not be clear. Next is settled. If no one take responsibility for clearing the drains and ensuring that water does not collected in the streets or open space, right? So clearing the drains and allow the water, dirty water flows out. If this will also be not ensured, then what will happen? So everywhere whatever the drainage system is there, it will get blocked, right? Water will go on stagnant, saturated nearby our house, maybe in the societies also, right? So what will be the impact of the garbage saturation as well as water storing nearby us? As you know that garbage is there, because of the garbage so many microorganisms will be grow in that area, right? So these microorganisms are there, they are causing various diseases. So if this disease growing in a nearby our environment, definitely it will impact on our personal health, right? The second thing is that about the water. If the water will get remain stored, right, saturated nearby our house, then in that water mosquitoes breeding will take place and the number of mosquitoes will increase. And as you know, mosquito is a carrier for so many diseases, so this disease may spread in the community. So it is very difficult then for one single individual to maintain its health, right? So no one can able to maintain or achieve his own health individually, right? So for that the personal health is related with the social health, right? So this is what we are saying, possibility of poor health increases because of these conditions, and therefore public cleanliness is important for individual health. So we have seen the personal and community issues both matter for the health and both are depending on each other. If the every person is healthy, then the community will be healthy, and if the community is clean, hygienic, then and then only every person will remain healthy. So both are interlinked with each other, and both these community issues and personal health matters for the health. Question will be asked on this, that the public cleanliness is important for the individual health. Explain or justify the statement for the 2 marks. So these points you have to write along with this example, right? So here 2 activities are given. Find out what provisions are made by your local authorities, Panchayat, municipal corporation, for the supply of clean drinking water. So that you have to search out. And the second one, find out how your local authority manages the solid waste generated in your neighborhood, right? So whatever the adequate measures are there, is it okay or not? So all these things you have to read out and understand the activities. If possible, you can do these activities also, right? Now we need food for health, because food is giving us energy as well as different nutrients, right? So whatever the essential nutrients are there, vitamins are there, carbohydrate, fats, proteins are there, that all we are getting from the food. And food is, that's why essential for our good health, right? Because of the food we are able to do our work properly, right? So opportunity to do work will be available properly, then the health will be maintained, right? If anyone is not getting the work, means job opportunity is not there, then money crisis definitely will be there. If money crisis is there, definitely food will not be available. So in short, what we can say, that good economic conditions are essential, and for good economic conditions jobs are essential, right? And whenever jobs and good economic conditions are there, then definitely every individual will have a good health, right? Then along with this, social equality and harmonies are also essential for individuals' health. If it is there, individual will remain healthy, right? So in this way, these are the factors which keeps which are important for the personal health, right? The next point is distinction between the healthy and disease free. Now understand these two words, what is mean by healthy and what is mean by disease free. Suppose a person is there, the person is not suffering from any disease, right? Means disease causing microorganisms are completely absent in his body, right? So can you say that person is a healthy person? No. And if any person is there who is healthy, 101% that person can be a disease free, right? So just get a clear cut idea about the health means what and disease free means what. See here, whenever a person is diseased, means the person is being uncomfortable, right? And whenever the person is ease, right, then the person we can say that a healthy person. So we can find a specific and peculiar cause for the discomfort whenever the person is diseased. Now to understand the difference between the health and disease free, one example is here that whenever a person is not simply being diseased, right, any disease is not there, means we can't say that the person is healthy, right? Now take an example, a person is having a good health. Now this good health, if you are talking about any dancer, right? So for dancer, what is a good health? If the dancer is able to stretch his body into difficult but graceful positions, then we can say that the dancer is having a good health. But suppose the dancer is disease free, not suffering from any disease, no any microorganisms are there, disease causing microorganisms are there in his body, but if that person is not able to take a different positions of his body and that is also gracefully, then we can't say that being a dancer the person is healthy, right? So next example, see here that a musician, a good health for a musician may means having enough breathing capacity in his or her lung to control the notes from his or her flute, right? And if this is not possible, if the musician is not able to take that notes, right, high level notes or low level notes, then we can't say that being a musician that person is a healthy, right? So this is what the person, if you are saying these two, dancer as well as a musician, is a disease free, right? But whatever their work is there, dancing or playing flute, if they are not able to do that properly, then we can't say them as a healthy, right? So this is how we can differentiate a disease free and a healthy body. See, when we think about a health, we think about the societies and communities, because an individual cannot be alone healthy. Just now we have seen the societies and communities are linked with the individual, right? So communities health is there, this is made from the individual's health, right? And if the individual is not healthy, how the community will be healthy? No, it's not possible. And if the individual has to be remain healthy, then the surrounding environment is there, community is there, that should be clean, right, hygienic, then individual is able to maintain his health. So whenever we are talking about the health, we are thinking about the societies and the communities, while on the other hand, whenever we think about the disease, right, any one particular disease, then we are not thinking about the community or the society. That time we are thinking about a single individual personal level, right? That time we are not thinking about the society. So this is what you have to remember. See on the next page, there are 3 questions are given in text questions. If all the above points are clear to you, then you have to solve these 3 questions. So solve these question answers and send me the pics. If you have any doubt, write in comments. otherwise complete your notes of this same chapter. So today what we have seen in the chapter number 13, why do we fall ill? In that first we have started what is mean by the health, right? Then how the health is related with the societies, communities, what is the difference between the health and the disease, and how these both are interrelated with each other, right? So this is what the general thing about the disease and health. Among these all important points is nothing but first, definition of a health. Second point, how this health is depend on the surrounding environment, right? Public cleanliness is important for the personal hygiene. You have to justify this answer, right? Then next, how the health and disease free, these two terms are different, not the one and the same. So that also will be asked for 2 marks. So all these points you prepare nicely. If you have any doubt for these points, then you can write in comment box. If you don't have any doubt, then just like the video so I can understand all the points are clear, or you can write that no doubt, right? And complete your notes. I am sending you the highlighted PDF. With that you complete your all notes, and the in-text questions are there, that also you solve. Send me all the answers of these in-text questions. Prepare well. All the best.